Okay, hello, it's Monday and it is 11 a.m. here in Denmark. I decided to go live now as a spirit of the moment thing. I wanted to work on this project with my American anthem, my diamond painting, and yeah, so I thought it was a bit, I've tried to work on it, but it hasn't been going that well for me. So I really wanted to work a bit more on it, and why not do it while streaming? I feel like I've been abandoning people a little bit, so I think I'm gonna do this. And if you're watching this on a bar, welcome to Pia's Creative Corner. My name is Pia and I'm gonna do some diamond painting today. I'm gonna work on this. It's called American Anthem, and it is by a man, I think it is. Hang on. His name is James A. Merger, and I bought it at Diamond Art Club. I'm working on it from a bit sideways, so it's looking a bit different than on this, but it is this picture. My voice is a bit rusty. It's been a rough week, so but I hope you will bear with me and just enjoy the chill vibes and my diamond painting. I am going to work here for a couple of hours and see how much how far I can get. I'm working on this, and hopefully today I will be finishing this section, and then I will only have one section left, one section and 3 lines or so, or half a section. So my plan is to finish the section, and hopefully I can move the canvas and start on the last part, and hopefully be done by this week. So when I reach Sunday, I will be able to show the final result. Excuse me. I am streaming from my phone, and that is why there's no overlay or anything, and there won't be any alerts or anything, but that will all be okay, I think. Hang on. So hi, Heroes and Diamonds, welcome in. Thanks for stopping by. So I'm just gonna settle down here and hopefully get some drills put down. Yesterday I was working a bit on it, and I was really happy, and also, oh, everything's going okay. And then because I've been taking some pictures for my Instagram and for the YouTube channel, I realized I just took a random container with drills in, and I worked with that one without realizing that it was the wrong one. So I had to remove a lot. Hang on, why is it doing this? Hang on. Oh shoot. Can you hear me with this? Oh, my headset ran out of power, so I can hear you just fine, perfect. So I was like, oh shoot, panic. So I reached for another from one of my other headsets, and I hope that that one will work. Um, at least until the other one is fully charged or partly charged. Because this one is also kind of just one I'm using randomly, and I don't know how much power there's on it, but we will see. I think actually because I am streaming from my phone, you might even hear me without the headset, but okay. Um, okay. So it is raining today, and I was just out with my dog, and on my forecast it said it would rain about it should have been rain right up till now, and then it would keep dry for the next couple of hours. Apparently the weather didn't hear that forecast because it was start raining when I went out with the dog, so I was like, okay, this is going to be a very very short walk, this one, and then I would have to make it up for it later. So that might be why he's been being a bit groany in the back, and a bit noisy, because he's not that satisfied with that kind of solution, but that'll have to do. I don't know for how long I'm gonna be. I think about a couple of hours or so, maybe 2 or 3 hours. I would be streaming, but as I said, I am from my phone, and that's why there's no overlay. There's no cut screen or anything. So, but I'm here, and if you're watching this on a VOD, I hope you will enjoy what I'm doing. And of course, here's some diamonds. Thank you for stopping by, and I hope you will chill out and have fun with me for that period of time you're here. I've had a very busy week, both on work and private, so that is why I wasn't streaming. My life, just without going into very gruesome details, is a bit chaotic, and it is taking a lot of energy, unfortunately. So I was trying to sort some things out, and we will see whether it will fall into place or what. But I will kind of return to a more normal streaming schedule, meaning that excuse me, that unless I'm getting about to catch a flu or something, I will be streaming Sunday. That is definitely the plan. And hopefully I will be able to show a finish on this one. That is also what I'm aiming for. The next one I'm gonna work on is my cross-stitch conversion diamond painting, which is one of the princess panels, and I hope that I can use the rest of the month on that. I just saw yesterday Diamonds and Washi, Katie from Diamonds and Washi released a video on YouTube about the drizzle chills for this year, and so it's running from September 1st till October 31st. I was always almost as business as usual. I will try to do some face making, such as nice surprise that you are streaming now. Yeah, right. Lace making. Oh, yeah. I am trying to mix the surprise unplanned streamings in, so it's more to do with what I have, whenever I have kind of the energy or resources for it, I was like, oh, why not do that? And due to the rain or weather and stuff like that, there's not much else I can do. This is my day off, and I don't have any other plans, so yeah, so here I am. And here you are. Yay. So I have been working on my cross stitch too, and it's going very good. I'm very pleased with my whole setup and the cross stitch stand I bought, and it's working really good for me. So that is amazing, and it gives me such a pleasure to work on my cross stitch. So I am a bit of, I won't say I'm burnt out on the diamond painting, but the cross stitch is actually a bit more. I'm a bit more drawn to that at the moment. I think that's why I haven't finished this yet. This, and because I have been a little bit, my body has been a little bit up the hill, so I haven't been able to sit for that long with this at this table. So the cross stitch has, in many ways, been a bit more appealing to me, I think I could say. I am, let's see, not this week or not next week. Hang on. Go. I will be. I will have a week off. Originally, I had planned to wait until September, but I'm really needing some vacation, and if I'm not going anywhere, which at the moment is not very likely, my plan is to do some YouTube videos, and maybe do some of these streams during the day, just to put some content out there, and see if anyone pops by, and so that is also kind of the plan. I am a bit. I had in mind I wanted to go to Manchester, but I was almost gonna say, as usual, the plan is there was a lot I had to get coordinated before, and I kind of forgot about that, because I am on some medic bandages, and those I can't just take into foreign countries, and because that Manchester is a non-Schengen land and non-EU land, I have to get some special certification from the doctor, and that is extra money, and yeah, so it was a thing suddenly, and so I couldn't go with that short of a notice as I wanted to. I really feel like I need to see my friend or my sister in Manchester, but if you don't have the money, you don't have the money. So it's actually very simple in a way. So that will have to wait. We are trying to plan a bit ahead, and maybe I can go in October. Uh, so so unless I'm going in, maybe a summer holiday, summer house or something, that could be an option. I am staying here, and because my husband is not having, he's working, so but I might go to another place anyway. So let's see what happens. It's just I think in a way I need to change location just for a while. So, but, and if that is not happening, I am at my home, and I will be doing some videos and some streaming, and see if I could do a bit of some different things with my channel and my setup and settings and stuff like that. Um, I am gonna save up for a new computer. I can do that as a thing. From the next month of August, I will be able to actually save up some money. We are in finally, it's getting a bit brighter when it comes to the financials. So we will be we are in a break-even situation. So, but I will be able to save up some money both for the travel and for computer. Um, we were hoping for a settlement in last week. My husband was at a mediating meeting with his with the whole case with the union and stuff, but his old employer wouldn't settle, so they have to take it to the next level, and that is going to be sometime in August. So we will see what that brings. Hopefully, it will bring some peace. We could use that. So yeah. Yesterday we went out to see a. It's called a. It's kind of a site where you can get your when you get cremated, you can get your urn and you can put it down there. It's a forest, and it's like it's not under the church. It is a private thing. So, but you can pay to make a reservation. You can pay a deposit, and then whenever that day comes, you can be put into the ground in there. So we went to see that, and it's a place, it's a forest that both my husband and I have really deep connections to. There are a couple of different places in Denmark there where private forest owner have donated a part of their forest for that. So that is really beautiful. As I said to my husband, that if my mom had lived, or no, if that had been an option when my mom died, or when she got diagnosed with cancer, she would absolutely have gone for that one. That's for sure. She wouldn't have a traditional burial site because she said no one is gonna feel obligated to keep the place or the site for me. But my dad was a bit like, he said he needed a place to go because we have like it's like an unknown grave at the cemetery, but and that's where my mom originally wanted to go, but my dad was really against it. He said he needed a place to go, so she was like, yeah. At the end of the day, as she said, it was more for him than for her. But I for sure she would have loved to be in that forest. That would have been so much for her. It's a very beautiful, a peaceful place, and we haven't picked a tree yet. But now we've been out and see the area inside, and whenever they have a map on their website, so you can go in and make the reservation and pay for it online, and it's like they're very much helpful with that if you need the help. So yeah. It's just we were one of the youngest, some of the youngest people out there, and that is when you're plus 50. It's not very common. You feel like one of the youngest, and I think some of them were like, "What the hell are those kids doing out here?" But you know, it's actually not a thing. I believe you can. At some point, you need to make up your mind, and then you're sure that it's something that whoever you leave behind will be able to do whatever you want, and be sure that it's your wishes. That because I have tried both, and it's really hard when you're not quite sure what people when they die, what they want. Hey Jane, happy Monday. Welcome in. Thanks for stopping by. How are you today? So, so I'm really happy about it. In Denmark, we have a site where you can go, a website where you can go in and register with your information, and whenever that day come, it will pop up at the funeral homes. They can go in and take the information and do all the arrangement accordingly for what you wish for. I really feel like that is a very smart way to do it. So you can sit in when you are with all your senses used and do the things, and I feel like that is really a good option to do. I do get that people can be a bit scared or afraid to do it because the death in Denmark is not a thing we talk about, and it's people get awkward around other people who lost someone close to them, and it is a bit, funny, because it is one of the things that's for sure. Yeah, that's the way we're all going that way, and we're all working that way, and trying to get the most out of the life when we're here, but also try to do the easy thing for whoever you leave behind. I really feel like I owe that to them. I know if I should go before my husband, he would be devastated, and you're not really capable of taking any good decision in that when that comes. I'm fine. My head is a little painful, but I is to manage. Hope my shape don't get worse than that. We will visit my parents today. I hate sit and be sick at someone's home. Yeah, my parents know when I'm sick and stuff. They can see it on me. My boyfriend can see it too. How about you? I'm doing good. I think I'm a bit rusty in my voice because I am a bit tired. I was really up early and it's been a hard week. But on the other hand, I wanted to work on this, and I kind of discovered that when I do stream these unplanned streams where I kind of just do diamond painting, do a chit chat, and then I actually do work, get more done, and it doesn't feel as oh, thank you, Jane, thank you, sweetie. It's just real life stuff. It's just real life stuff. So, but I really feel like it's very cozy, and I love hanging out like this, and yeah, I really get some diamond painting done. So it's kind of why I kind of like, I I just thought that then I don't get sidetracked as easily. When I sit alone and do diamond painting, I tend to get sidetracked by something I suddenly remember. Then I need to check on this, and then I need to check on that, and at the end of the day, I'm not getting as much done as I as I wish for. So we will see for how long my body will let me be at the table. That was not the right ones. That was not the right ones. That was because I was thinking one thing and doing another thing. Oh, that's so much me. Let's see. I think it's this one, isn't it? Yep. I didn't get to put that much down. I did something similar yesterday. I just started the stream by saying that yesterday I did some. I did some. Yeah, for sure. I am gonna listen to my body. I wish I could do diamond painting more, but my neck gets super bad. Oh yeah, you need to take care of yourself for sure. Um, I did take some pictures yesterday, and I just took a random container, and when I then sat down to do some diamond painting, I was like, oh, and I just did it, and I realized that it wasn't that color. So, and it was a dark blue, and it was, I put down, and it should have been a black. So I needed to find. So I have like this here, and there's a bit of a mix in it, unfortunately. So I'm gonna save that, and then if I when I am done with the picture and I don't need the ones I have in that tray, I'm just gonna let them go, because I really don't know what is what in it, to be honest. So yeah. And I was very tempted just to let you know, the drawers I've put, because a lot of them were side by side with the blacks, but I was like, maybe there's a reason why it is as it is. So I removed as much as I could, and then crossed my fingers on the last part. It's maybe 2 or 3, maybe a handful that is placed wrong. I don't think that anyone is gonna notice, to be honest. So yeah. But I hope you will get better, Jane. It's not funny being sick. That is not funny. My shape have been bad many days now, so I'm tired in my head and body. It takes so long time for me to get back to normal again. I have more bad days than good. Oh, I know that feeling. I know that feeling. So there's nothing you can do than try and take care of yourself, and yeah, and just know that it will pass. So I will just send you a lot of love, and hope you will get better. And just enjoy being with me and chill out, and yeah, you know. So, and hear about what I do. Here in Denmark, we have had this past week, I would say almost 14 days, we've had a festival going on, a music festival that is like, it's been here for, yeah, 50, 60 years. So, and it's coming back every year, and it's like a recurring thing, and I would say it's a rock festival, because most of the music is rock, but there is some experimental bands, and but there's also some very known and different well-known musician has been playing there. So it's a really popular thing. But what have changed, and is like where I feel rock and roll, where I feel kind of old, is because they have made a line for the helicopter parents. In Denmark, we call it the curling parents. But you can call it helicopter parents too. And because they are bringing food and clothes and stuff for their kids, and I'm like, if your kid are old enough to pay a lot of money to go to the festival, this is the festival for grown-ups mostly. There are kids, but I think you need to be, this is 16 before you can go alone, otherwise you will have to be with an adult. because there are, it's a lot of alcohol and stuff like that. So it's, I wouldn't say it's for kids, but so but yeah, so so this line for the parents to bring things, and I'm like, well, you can go down, the city's not that far away, and you can go down there, and it is like it's there are all the facilities and bathrooms and all that, and naked runs, and I mean, it is what it is. And if you don't like to be wet, if you don't like to be muddy and smelly and like drunk people around you, you stay home. Naked run, yeah. I think they have it like a traditional thing. It's something that happens when it's been raining and then the sun is shining. Shortly after, they will be taking their clothes off and run through the festival naked, butt naked. I don't think any one of them are very sober. Læg den her, skat. Ja, læg den her. So yeah, so naked runs are that is something that is happening for sure. There has been a lot of rain this year, but not like all the time. So it's been worse. It's been a lot worse. And I mean, I am old, and back in the days when I was a gymnastic, we had these free shower. Exactly. So we had this gymnastic event, sports event, at a local place, and it was almost certain that it would rain 1 or 2 days, and it was almost certain that we did some different no, you're not old. Thank you. But it was almost certain that we had some different routines we had to do with gymnastic and music and stuff like that. And we had to be on the floor for sure. And I can tell you that rolling around in wet grass is cold. So that you can talk about complaining about the wet weather. Now, and we were very sober when we did that. It was not until later we got drunk. When I got older. So yeah. But the festival is, we are living quite a bit from here, but still, if the wind is right, we can hear the festival, or we could hear it in the weekend. So, and we were passing by, because it's like, don't go, everyone who lives in the area knows not to go into the city when this festival is going on. Whenever I get older, my boyfriend joke and say I'm super old. He's silly. He's only 7 months younger than me. Yeah, my husband is a month younger than me, so so he's making fun of me when my birthday is, and then he said, "Oh, now you're getting old," and then a month later I'm like, "Yeah," and now we're even. So yeah, age is nothing but a number, but it does have something. I mean, it was we had my oldest stepson came by this weekend, and then we were talking about this festival, and my husband told about 1 year, and I did remember when he talked about it. The 1 year they put a big, one of these. He's a 90 kids and I'm 89 kid. Yeah. So I am a bit older than you guys. But never mind. So, so my husband talked about that one year at this festival. They put up a container. You know, one of these huge containers where you put whatever you want to ship overseas, and they were allowed to destroy it. They were not allowed to use any weapon on it, but they could stomp on it or hop on it or hit it or whatever. So they did, and they made it like they really destroyed it. So that was quite fine. And then my stepson, he was kind of searching for a picture for it. He wanted to see it. And then my husband said, well, yeah, I think it was in the mid-90s. And then my stepson was like, oh, yeah, but that's why I can't find any pictures of it. And I was like, excuse me, young man. In the 90s, we had cameras too. We might not put everything online, but we still had cameras. Jesus. Oh, man. Yes, we did. Oh, God. Then you feel old. I tell you, then you feel old. I remember first time I've been married before, and his kids, he had 2 kids too, and his kids, we were out driving in the car, and they were sitting in the back, and they were kind of discussing something about who to do what, and if they had like a monitor on the back there, they could see the television and everything, and they could see movies. And then they would need to have like a remote controller, each of them, because otherwise they would, fight over them. I was like, what the hell do you need a remote controller for? And the girl said really like, duh, well, how should I change channels? And I was like, well, before the remote control, you kind of just push the buttons. I was like, and they were just like baffled that there would be a time where there were no remote control. It's like kids today don't know what's cassette music, cassettes for music, VHC cassettes, and CD players like Walkman. Yeah, they don't know. They don't know what they miss. We have showed them. We had, when they were very, very small, or very young, they had like some audiobooks on cassette, on tapes, and so they do kind of remember, but it was not something that was we used very much of. Hello, Gina. Welcome in. And good morning. How are you today? And what are you up to? Sorry for bothering you. I want to offer promotion. Yeah, I guess you would. Bye. Today parents have to throw their kids out and lock the door. Kids are more inside today. Yeah, I was outside playing and always find something to do. I mean, I was an indoor kid for sure. But my mom was on my case all the time about, oh, I think you should go out, look at the weather. I was like, oh, but I don't want to. It didn't help much that my best friend, my childhood friend, and we did a lot of, when we were playing a lot inside. But I think the best, my mom and I came to a kind of agreement that if I was allowed to take my books outside and read, then I would go outside. We are talking a lot about, because I remember being out, and playing on the road. We were like living on a very quiet road, so you could be on the road and playing around and hanging out and stuff. And kids don't do that anymore. They're like more hanging out inside or at each other's place inside. So yeah, for sure, it's not very often you see kids playing with chalk on the sidewalks or anything anymore. It's not that common a sight. I was indoor too, but since how it was home in my up, I wanted to be more outside than home. Okay. Because I never knew when it was a fight and stuff. Oh, on that side. Oh, I get it. I get it. I get it. Yeah. Then you just want to be out and around. So, but yeah, and I mean, my stepkids are very, the opposite of each other. So one is very much like, I've always been more to the outdoor thing, and the other one is really much more to be indoor. And so they are very much different from each other, and but it's not like I really, I would say, I think I actually appreciate more than one that was indoors, because he could like play with himself, like with toys and stuff, and come up with new stories and use his fantasy and stuff like that. But the other one would be like, if you were not doing something with him, if you had to do some adult stuff like cleaning or laundry or something, and he was like bored, he would be in your heels, or he would just sit and watch you and be like, I got really stressed out about it. Both cars and dolls and Barbie, yeah. So I have trauma today because of it and nightmares. Oh, I'm so sorry, Jane. I hope you have someone to help you with it. I was never a doll girl. When I was adopted, when my mom was expecting me, she bought a lot of dolls, and I never played with them. But I did play with some dolls. I had two that was the one I was playing with, and then the rest of it, it was just like, it was only they were sitting on the shelf, just with the nice clothes on my mom did for them. I have my boyfriend for sure in my life. Oh, that is good to hear, Jane. We all deserve some happiness for sure. We absolutely do. But I also think that the world, the world and the surroundings are just so different from we were kids and now the kids today. And I also do think that there's a lot of cultural difference from living in Denmark and living in the States and other places in the world. A lot of times I just know I get surprised sometimes, even though I shouldn't get surprised because I should know by now. But we really are in Denmark living in a duck pond in that sense that we have very little to be afraid of. We are not used to handling violence on a daily basis, or be afraid if our kids are not coming home from school due to school shootings and stuff like that. And just a while ago, I was talking with Bench Bear, and he said, "Oh, I heard that." I think Denmark is a nice country. Yeah, it is a nice country. He said, I heard that, or I read or something online that in Denmark they leave the baby strollers and the babies outside and they go to have a cup of coffee or something. And I was like, yeah, it's a very common thing. And the most of the kids in Denmark are sleeping outside. When they're home, even in the daycare situation, they will be sleeping outside. We have forest daycares, and as long Putin keep himself away and want to make war with Norway, and yeah, he is the biggest threat we have at the moment, unfortunately. I think it's very hard sometimes to figure out what is propaganda and what is not. But yeah, the world is not what it used to be. But even back in the days, he have been threatening us. Yeah, I know he has. Even back in the days, I think it's because we've had like a whole generation that where we were downsizing on a war weapon and all that, and now we just need to upsize again. And it's like when I was a kid, there was a Cold War, and everyone from the Soviet Union and all over there in the Balkans and all that was bad people, and they were spying on us, and they were only trying to figure out how to get the World War dominance and stuff like that. And the whole world was divided in West and East as a consequence of the Second World War. There's a lot spy on us in Norway too. Yeah, unfortunately, but it's. But you have to figure this or think it this way, that we have spies there too. We get our information or intel the same way as they get it. So in that sense, we're gonna have to dance the same kind of dance or sing the same songs or whatever. So I think it's like it's almost like it's coming full circle. Unfortunately, the human as a race will always be a destroying race. They will always try to get to rule all over all other people and stuff like that. So living in harmony and living in peace is what we all want. But unfortunately, if you're asking a face to face, the ordinary citizen, or what you could say, ordinary people, so it's only the few that want to rule. But unfortunately, some of those few ones that want to rule want to do it the bad way, and yeah, it's a thing. I think the only thing you can do is, take your precautions, but don't get scared, because then they win. Still do what you want to do and travel the way you want to travel, but be careful, of course, and don't go to the high risk area and stuff like that. But you can still go other places in the world and that do have peace in the country, and not go think about it all the time. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because there's not that much you can do about it, you know. If it happens, it happens. We can prepare ourselves, as they have like said that we should have some kind of plan for what to do for 3 days if the power grid go down or something. So so I think that is a good thing to make people aware that it is actually something that you should prepare for without being like go into full panic. And I'm like, we buy once a week for a whole week. So for everything. So we would, as a family, me and my husband, as we only him and I left, um, we will be able to survive for 3 days. After 3 days, we will, you know, there will be some of the things you'll be like, I hope some of it will come back. But as I said to him, as long as we have like, we can start a fire or something and put on the barbecue, I'm good. I'm good. Then we can get food. Because we it of course, and for the freezer, you have to be, you know, cautious about how long you keep it open. It can actually keep the food cold for a while. So yeah, I'm more concerned, and that is actually something we have been talking about with where I ride. With her, the fence she has is like an electrician fence. So you need to, what if the power grid goes? What about the horses? Because if there's no electrician on the fence, the horses will go. They're used to, that's like a barrier. Um, so but you can get small transformers to, you know, that runs on diesel, that will be able to keep it alive for a couple of days. So yeah. Okay, so that being said, now we settle all the doomsday things. Um, so I do hope that I can go to Manchester in October. That is my plan, and go visit my sister. I really need to see her, and you know, sometimes it's not enough just to talk on the phone, even though you FaceTime and all that. It's you need some physical things, a hug or something, you know. So yeah. So I remember back in the day, it's, what is it, over 20 years ago, she moved to Manchester from Denmark, and we were talking about, you know, Manchester's not that far away, and it's not. It really isn't. It takes about 6 hours from when I leave my home till I am at her home, and that is like, I can. It takes the same amount of time if it was from one end of Denmark to another end of Denmark. So it's not like it takes several days. Where it does feel a bit, you know, a challenge is because I need, because of my medication and all that, I need to have special papers on those, and I can't travel on the very cheap tickets, so I need to travel on business tickets, so they are more expensive. So yeah. So it's not that it in the beginning when they went over there, it was more like I could go for almost non-money because I don't pay for staying at their place, and I would only be there for 4 days or so. So it was only the plane tickets, but I can't do that today because I need to be able to make the reservation on the seat. I need to be sure I don't have to wait 2 hours in the security, so I can go through fast track and all that. So it is as less stressful as possible, so I don't use all of my resources to just go on the flight. Yeah. I'm happy you have good sibling relations. I don't have that to my big sister, never had. I did over 3 years beside her in same building. It was good the first year, the two last year was living in hell. Oh. Well, the thing is, I don't have any blood relatives, so my family is kind of the one I gathered through the years. My the folks that adopted me got a son, a biological son, before they got me. So he was essentially my big brother when I grew up, but him and I never got along real good. I don't think he ever really accepted me. I was kind of just a thing he could, show off whenever he needed. I said, "Oh, this is my sister," but it was never quite deep felt when he said it. So I can see today, and I was so much yearning for his approval and everything when I was a kid. Um, it's a whole thing, but so I don't talk to him anymore. I haven't talked to him for over 20 years or so. And we don't talk so much either, and whenever I do, she's in a bad mood. Yeah. I decided when I was 30 that I was too old to get scolded at and told what to do and what not to do in the way he did it, because he was talking to me like I was a kid, and I was like, you know what, this I'm getting too old to. So I haven't talked to him since, and I would say that my friend slash sister in Manchester, I have known her since I was 8. So yeah, it's a whole lifetime we've been having a friendship or relationship. So and we are very, very close connected. Um, so she's always been there. We had a couple of years where we didn't talk. It was like when we were 15, 16. And then a couple of years, so when I was 18, I worked at a burger place, and she came around, and we just started talking like yesterday. No, nothing like oh, you said and you did and anything. It was just like, yeah, you know what? I think he has caused me a lot of tears. That man, my big brother. And I think when I look back at it that I was so much yearning for his approval that I couldn't like let him go until I got old enough, and I finally did, and that's why I kind of was like, this I'm too old for. And I don't miss him because the thing he and I shared when we grew up was nothing alike. He is 14 years older than me, and so it's two completely different lives we've had with our parents. And I would say that Charlotte in Manchester knows me 100 times better than he does. So I also made sure that whenever that day comes, he's not gonna get anything from me. I have removed him from my world completely. So you know how I have it. So no, so you know how it. I have it with my sister. Since your brothers like that too, my sister complained about on me and wanted me to get a car to help my parents more, and she did choose move to my home town for help, and still she complained. Yeah, you know what? That kind of people, you will never be able to make them happy. Never. They will always have something to complain about. You will never be able to make it right because they will always expect something else, or so it is what it is. Just know it's not you. After my parents isn't anymore, I will never talk to her again because I don't want to deal with. Yeah, I think the same thing happened to my husband with his big brother because they only talked as long as his mom lived. The day she was gone, and the whole aftermath, it was like that was too much, too much, too much. So he's cut off all communication to his big oldest brother. There are three brothers. One died some years ago, and then there's the two of them left. So and I can see now that the only reason why they kept connected was because of their mom. She was like the common the thing they had together. There's nothing else. Um, so when she was gone, he showed some very ugly sides of himself, his big brother, and yeah. So those we don't talk to. Oops, sorry. My sister will make a hell with me when my parents is gone with everything. You just, I'm saying just. I know it's not just, but you have to take care of you. You have to watch your own back in this situation, and if you have to, you have to block her, and just refuse to talk to her, because get the whole thing settled with whatever you do have to do after your parents are gone, and then just cut off all communication, because she can't give you anything, for sure, anything but grief. And you know what, life is too short for that kind of things. I'm just saying, it is. It is. When both times when I got married, I decided I didn't want anyone at that marriage or that party that wasn't like, I don't want anyone invited that I felt obligated to invite. All of those I was inviting was because I wanted to, and it was one of those things that made that was the breaking point with my big brother and I. So and the same thing the second time around with my husband and I. We only invited the people we wanted to invite. No one we felt like we have to. We only invited the people that we really wanted to be there. I feel bad for my nephews though, that I'm not there for them so much as an aunt. Yeah. But you can't do anything for them, to be honest. I know what you mean, but if you give in and keep the connection for the to help your nephews or to be there for them. I do get it, because you want to be a good person and you want to be there for them. The problem is that if you don't take care of yourself, you won't be able to be there anyway. Yeah. How old are your nephews? You want to be there for them and stuff more, but I don't want to be around her. How old are your nephews? Because, I mean, when they are old enough, they can go and visit you. And then maybe just keep a limited contact, as much just to them and not so much to her. I know it's hard, and it's we know you already have like a relation with them. Oldest one is 22 and the youngest is 11 in November. So yeah, so the oldest one, he can come and visit you. He can have the relation as you wish for, you know. No, but the thing is, you can't force anyone to want to be connected to you. You can only offer them the opportunity, and then they will have to walk the way themselves. Um, and he will one day realize he will need the contact or the family connections. Maybe. Um, I know it's a bit harsh, but on the other hand, it's like, yeah, I think the important thing is that you take care of you so that you can be there for your nephews when they need you. Um, Instead of just hanging on, and then when they do need you, you won't be able to be there because your sister has worn you out. You know what I mean? So I think it's better that you just, and I mean, the oldest one on 22 is old enough to understand. I would reckon that he's old enough to understand that you want to have a connection to him, but you don't want to his mom. See, it goes like smooth things when I'm streaming and doing diamond painting and chit-chatting with you guys. But you don't. I feel bad about it. Oh. So he thinks that because that it's his fault, or have you ever talked to him about it and explained? He's still a young boy. You have told him. Yeah. He's still a young man. And sometimes, and you just have to know that young people, their lives or the way we see the world when we're young is very black and white. And and as we get older and get more life experience, we see life in so many more colors than black and white, and we know that things that make things more difficult or easier, people are not always, it's all not always as straightforward as it might seem. um and you know, I still think it's the most important thing is that you take care of you, and he will come around someday. So, and just keep offering him the opportunity to come and hang out or have a cup of coffee, or you know, even though you're not speaking to his mom, you can still be speaking to him. I mean, he has his own cell phone and socials and all that, so. And then maybe just make some memories with him whenever he is ready for it, and go see things or go do things, or yeah, you know. Okay, maybe I should just put these in and make that. So finish this one here before I move on to the blue. So the blue thing, the blue. I hope it gets better with them when they're older and want to visit and talk to me more. Yeah, I think you need to give it time. They will come around. I do get why you want to see them, and you want to help them, and you want to be there for them and make sure they know, and but no matter what, you can't force, you know, force them. And the only thing you can do is just to make sure that whenever you have the opportunity, just to remind them, I'm here. And they might not want to utilize or take or use that now, but they will in time. I think they will in time. I think I'm gonna go with just fill out this small. This one is a bit purple, because then I have 1, 2, 3, 4 blue colors, and they are like a lot of blocking in that, color blocking. So this picture has actually been very good with that. I think it's very well balanced between the color blocking and the confetti. For me, confetti can be a little bit tedious because I feel like I work 4 hours and no one can see what I've been doing. When it comes to color blocking, it really moves something. You really get something done, and other people can see you get something done. It takes a little bit longer before you can see anything happen on a confetti piece. Like this one has been really confetti. But I would say almost everything around it is not, so. So the biggest challenge with this picture is that there is an 8 and a 9 symbol, and not as much as there's an 8 and a 9 symbol, but they are like placed together, and the colors are very much alike. So it was in the beginning I was like, I'm never gonna get this done because that is so overwhelming, but then you just need to take one at a time. and and I have with some of them I just had to, like, you know, take 1 8 and then the next 8 and then the next and then a 9, because when you sit and work with it, it does actually, it's looking good. I like the colors. Yeah, I don't visit them so often because my dad, but I have to see him. So since they are still married, I hope he's in good mood. Sorry, I will stop being. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. There's room for it. There's room for it. No worries. I will stop you if it gets too much. Don't worry about it. I mean, it's not like there's 100 people in here, so. I do spill all the pearl out on the floor sometimes. Yeah, me too. I think you're not really diamond painting if you're not like spilling everything everywhere just once in a while. So this was not an 8, it was a 9. Or been placing them wrong. That's also something that happens almost every time I do a picture. There's always something that goes wrong. It's just a part of it. I mean, I have been diamond painting for 4 years now, so if I shouldn't have been placing something wrong in that time, that would have been very strange. I saw, speaking of diamond painting, I saw the Diamond Art Club were releasing a new container system that actually looked quite intriguing. I might be investing in one of them just to see how they are. As I am looking for something to my special drills, I want to have them all collected in one. Now I have them in 2 systems and I'm really not happy with either, so. And I want to buy more special drills so I can do my own enhancement on them. I like that. I've done that on this one too, and to be honest, a part of what I did was because I have to, because I ran out of drills. My dad and my sister did destroy my whole childhood with fights a lot, and my mom got blamed. So I kind of hate my dad and sister. I know the word hate is a big word, but I do. Yeah, it is a big word. I think I might want to put another word on it, like resentment. But it's your story. So, but hate, yeah. I get it. It's because you feel like your family should be the ones that you were closest to and was the one that you could rely on, and they would watch out for you. They would have your back, and then when it doesn't, when that is not the case, you get so disappointed and so hurt. I think that's why you reach a point where you hate people. Sometimes I wish I had another dad and sibling. Yeah, I know that feeling. No, not about the dad, but sibling, yeah, for sure. For sure. But there's no places is it written that you should love your parents. But what you can do is to, because you are like a grown up now. It's not like I say you should do. It's just a suggestion. You don't have to do it or go with it or anything. But it's just maybe something to think about. My mom is a good person and I love her. So that is a good thing. It's just that the hate, when we hate someone or we resent them, you use so much energy on that feeling, on the whole train of thoughts every time you kind of confronted with it. And it kind of gives those people that are the target of it a lot of power. I want to see my mom more often, but since my dad's there, I'd have to follow all the time, so I don't. I know I try, don't do it. Yeah. But it does give those people a lot of power. And it's not like not necessarily, they are, they probably are not. But it does give them a lot of power. And you, on the other hand, have the power to not give it to them. It's not an easy thing, but even the most worst person in the world was not born bad. And we all come with some kind of luggage. We all come with some kind of things with us. And we all have a different way of handling things. So one thing is how you feel about a person when you are like in it and you're a child or you're a young person. Another thing is how you feel about it when you're a grown-up person and can view it, like I said, when you're young, when you're 20, 22, in your early 20s, your world is very much black and white. And but as you grow older, you get more colors, and the colors you can use to not forgive, not accept the way they are, but maybe find a room where you can place them in yourself, where they don't, where you can kind of strip them from that power that they, with all the feeling they kind of arise in you every time you think of them. Because as you say, whenever you visit your mom, you will kind of have to also visit your dad, and your sister might be there, and so but it's a lot of power to give these people, and they don't deserve your power, they don't deserve your energy. You deserve it. You deserve that you can use it on whoever you choose. I wish nobody had that. I'm a person that want all good people, all the happiness in the world. I know you are. I know you are. I'm just saying, and I'm not saying that this is an easy thing, but I have been living with a man for 16 years who bears or did have a lot of resentment, a lot of hate towards his ex-wife, and I could just see how much it ate him from inside. She had so much power over him and his way of being. And he's a good man. He does not deserve another person having that kind of power over him. So until he kind of let go of it, every time he thought of her, every time he was confronted, and because they have two kids, he was like had to, he couldn't just block her and throw the key away. He kind of had to meet her sometimes. So, and she is not an easy person to be with. She has a borderline personality disorder, and it's a challenge. It's a challenge even to be a stepmom in that, that. So, and everyone is trying to do their best. It's like your dad, yeah. My mom have like that with my dad, and she is too afraid to go from him. Yeah, she also has some other memories and things from the past with him that can be hard to let go, and it is a frightening thing. And sometimes it's easier to stay than go, because you know what you have. You don't know what you're walking into in the unknown, and that's a frightening thing. If you've been with another person for a lot of years, it's a really, really frightening thing to, cut loose and be yourself. So, and I know my sister, her mom and dad, biological mom and dad, they had a strange marriage too. Her mom was about to divorce him several times, but she never did. And he was not an easy person to live with, to the begin with. He was a bit spoiled, I think. No, I know he was a bit spoiled, and as he unfortunately he got Parkinson's, and that didn't help on his old days, but it didn't strip him from any emotional, I wouldn't say violence, but all the emotional things you can do. And unfortunately, her mom died first, and her dad. Besides from the Parkinson, he was quite healthy. So he lived actually quite for a while. So, but he was a difficult man. He was used to be alone. He was selfish. He was used to be from the upper class environment, and she was a hairdresser. He was the local baker's son, and the whole thing, and all that is just like setting up for failure. But they also had some good times. They also had two beautiful kids, where two daughters, and they don't talk to each other because they couldn't be further apart. So it's just saying that you never know, you never know. I wish my mom lived my dad a lot of times when we was kid. It would be much easier for us kid. Yeah. They've been married for 35 years. Yeah, I thought they would have been married for a while. Because that is usually the case. And because she does not see, she learns to live with a lot of it. And she has known him from before they got kids and all that. And, she might not remember that, the good times when they are in the middle of the chaos, but there had absolutely been good times, maybe even for very short period of time, but they were good at one time for her. And now she's probably more like depending on him for a lot of things, and she's a bit frightened of what's gonna happen with her if she leaves him, I would imagine. Your sister has your dad anger issues. Yeah, that's all like, yeah. And that is kind of funny, peculiar, that you can have kids, more than one kid, that grows up with the same mom and dad, and they are two completely different people. Um, Charlotte, my sister in Manchester, her big sister has never been able to do anything by herself. She has always had her mom and dad, their mom and dad, to help her with everything. But she couldn't even bring herself to go to the funeral when her dad died. I'm like, I was like, isn't she coming? No. And it was Charlotte who had to do all the arrangement, take care of the funeral, all the contact, the lawyer, everything. The only thing that her sister wanted to know if she was just offering a bank account so she could get her whatever she would inherit. That was all she wanted to. I hope you get a nice day. I have to take shower and get ready for my parents. I'm more like my mom. Yeah. Have a good day, Jane, and take care of yourself. Thanks for stopping by. I do appreciate it a lot. Watch out for yourself, okay? Hope to see you soon again. So maybe I even get to finish this section here when I'm streaming. That would be awesome. That would be absolutely awesome. I don't think I'm gonna go and work on the next row until tonight probably, but just a fact, if I could, finish this one and this section here in this row and just move the canvas so it's ready for whenever I am ready again, that would be amazing. Life is not easy. Life is a challenge, and I think sometimes that when we are like, we have jobs, we have careers, families, own family, your extended family, friends, it can be a challenge to balance everything, and sometimes you will lose your balance. It's just a matter of how to gain it back. And when I say just, I know it's not just, because I am in the struggle myself. I think for many reasons, my work life will be a bit more balanced when we reach the fall or autumn season, because it's gonna be a little bit more less for me, because we have hired someone that can take some of the things I do today that do take a lot of time. So I have a lot of things on my table And to be honest, I only do one thing every time, and that making contracts for the new people. It's and it's not very satisfying, but there's no one else to do it, so I have to do it. Um, but we have hired someone who can help me and our accountant, and hopefully that will show to be a good decision, good choice of new employee. um, I'm looking forward to it because there's a lot of very, very exciting things and tasks I need to do, but they're just laying around and collecting dust, and I hate that. I'm really not good at that, and I know it. I'm not good at it. I know. So, oh yeah, by the way, I have been mourning, being grumpy about not being able to play Palia because I really want to, taking part of the whole Palia thing with the coffee beans and all that. But, and because I'm playing PlayStation, and most of the games I'm playing are like, or have access to, are like shooting games, or a lot of kill things, and it's okay, but I wanted some cozy gaming too, and I couldn't find one. So, but then I saw that Miss Coffee was playing Coral Island, and I did a bit of research, and I discovered that I could actually play Coral Island on my PlayStation for a small fee. So I did buy it, the game, and I am absolutely engulfed in that game. It's really a game where I'm like, I'm just gonna play for an hour, and then 3 hours later I'm like, oh shoot, I just need to finish this one, and then I'm gonna do whatever. So yeah, so that's a really good game. I think it's not it is a farming, collecting thing, um, and I'm learning new stuff all the time. Like, a thing I had to get used to was that a day is really happening quick in the game. So you're starting when you the day is changing, when you're waking up. It's 6 a.m. and before you know it, it's 9 a.m. and the whole everything is, all the shops are opening and stuff like that. That was also a new thing I had to get used to, that they're opening, closing hours and all that. And then the seasons. So I was starting on a summer, and now it's winter, and the seasons are changing like overnight. So I was attending a Halloween festival, and then when I woke up next morning, it was like snow. It's like, oh, it's winter, and all my crops were dead. Yay for that. So, but yeah, but I'm having fun, and because it's not a game where I can't move on until I have killed something that I need to kill to get better weapon, and yeah, it's because my Genshin game is like that. So I kind of gave up on that game because it was more a matter of me trying to just doing dailies and discover new areas, because I couldn't move on with my characters because I don't know how, unfortunately. So and then I was playing a bit of Dauntless, and that's an okay game, but it's still something where you need to kill something, and you also have to do that in Coral Island, but not in the same way. You can, you can stay a little more, Jane. You are addicted to my stream. It's okay. It's not the worst thing to be addicted to, I will say. It's okay. Yeah, I like Genshin. But I'm not big fan of the fact that I can't move on until I kill those things that I can't kill. I think I need help, but I don't know how to get the help. I think that's my problem. And I don't have like a keyboard for my PlayStation, so whenever people want to, invite me to a party or something, I can't write to them. I'm new. I don't know what to do. Because I did say yes to one, and I was like, "But where are we going? What are we gonna do? What am I gonna do?" And he just kicked me off the party. I'm like, "Oh yeah, I get it." So yeah. So it's I'm gonna do some research at one point. I know that because I really like the game actually. Um, but for now, I'm just playing my Coral Island, and I play Dauntless. Dauntless is like it's an online multiplayer online game where you are just running around in an online world. It's a bit like World of Warcraft in that sense. That's how I try to explain it. So you're online in the same on the same server with different people, So, but it's built upon something called Slayer's Path, and it's okay. It's actually okay. Okay. When I just had to get used to the whole weapon and combination and all that system, but it's actually quite okay. I'm not a big gamer, and I haven't been played that much. Um, my first game I really was hooked on was World of Warcraft. But besides that, I haven't played that much different of other things. So it's not like I have a vast experience to help me. So yeah. But then YouTube and Google are a good tool, good helping tool. I like what I like about Genshin. I think is also the whole UI and the graphics and all that. That's really cool. I think. I like games where I can run around for myself, where I'm not like dependent on another, and I think that's what's bugging me a bit with the Genshin at the moment. That I feel like I need help from others to, you know, get what I need. So. Let's see. Yeah. We are getting there. We're getting there. So I don't know if you can see it, but I'm actually here It's a bit because if I'm removing this, I have a lot of different. I have two different symbols, and it's kind of bugging me a bit. So I do cut it off a bit here, because this one I can use the multiplacer for. So I play afternoon and evening. I'm a gamer, but I don't sit in front of PC the whole day play gamer. I do housework and other stuff first. Yeah, I do that too. I will say when I do sit down, it's more like I know I can do it. I've done all the things I need to do, and now I can play for a while, because I also know that time tends to fly very fast when you are like absorbed into a game. That is what World of Warcraft taught me. And when I thought, I was like, I'm just gonna sit for half an hour, and then it was 4 hours later. I do have cousins that sit the whole day. Oh yeah. I think a lot of people actually are. A lot of the gamer people do. I think they do sit a lot. Um and I do get it, because you get so, whenever you enter that world, you get so engulfed, so absorbed into it. So it's like nothing else exists while you're there. So what I do is I put an alarm on my watch that will vibrate and make, so I know now when my watch is vibrating, it's like one particular time, and I need to get on moving. So one time my dad thought I sat the whole day. I got grumpy since he thought that, because I don't like all the whole day, like sit the whole day. Oh yeah, that just shows that he does not know you very well. And to be honest, I think if he's like my husband's ex-wife, he needs that kind of drama he creates when he says things like that. He knows that it is gonna tick you off. And those kind of people really need that drama, because they're not very happy people, and their lives are very boring for them. Like we were at a graduation party last Saturday. Yeah, he can say I have a big ass and stuff. Yeah. And he will only say it because he knows that makes you, some kind of way. So at the graduation party, my husband's ex-wife was there, and she came over and said hi. And when we didn't say hi to anyone else but my stepson and his girlfriend and her parents. That was the ones we were saying hi to. The rest, it was that kind of party where you just come in and are saying hi to the people that are like hosting it, and then do your thing. But she came over and said hi, and afterwards she was like saying to her stepson she thought it was so childish of us that we were not saying hi to them, and came over and did a proper um, you know and I was like, we were like, but we didn't say hi to anyone. But the only reason why she's like saying it is because she know that he's gonna say it to us, and she's hoping it's gonna create some kind of reaction, because usually it will. at least annoy the heck out of me, which it does. But all habits die hard. Yeah, because you guys don't want drama or complain from her or don't want to talk to her. I understand that. I mean, as I said to my stepson, I can be an adult. I don't have to, I don't have to speak to her. I don't have to sit next to her. We can be in the same room, but as long as she behave, I will behave too. And so it was okay. There was no drama, nothing, and maybe that was what annoyed her because nothing happened. I don't know what she had expected. And I was like, when my stepson told me, I was like, yeah, well, she got to be the adult one apparently. If that made her happy and that made her day, be my guest. I mean, if that's what you need to have a happy day, a good life, be my guest. I can't. I can't. It's like when she posts something on Facebook. It's not like we are not connected on Facebook, but I am connected with my stepson. So whenever he, shares something or he's tagged, I will get the notification. So like my sister did say in my grandparents' funeral, I hope nobody died before my youngest son confirmation. Oh my god. I got grumpy and pissed off on her for saying that. She needed to say that in the chapel. Jesus Christ. People are weird. She posted a picture of the two young people and be like, oh, I'm so proud of my daughter-in-law, and oh, I'm so proud of my son. And I'm like, It sounds so hollow and so empty because I know her and I know how she treated her oldest son, and she's been so bad to him. I'm like, oh yeah. And whatever she wanted, I'm like, what would you have done if no one had invented the socials, Because she can only live through that to post on her Facebook. She posted a picture of having fun with the boys, and none of the boys looked very like they were having very much fun. So I'm like, yeah, okay, maybe you're the only one having fun there. She's so rude and don't have any shame when she say that. Understand? I hate people be like that. Bye, Jean. Have fun, okay? And take care of yourself. Thanks for stopping by. You're so welcome. a little more color. Okay, so now I have only 2 colors left and then we are done. Yeah, see you later. Skidoo. Just gonna lift it so, oh sorry, like that. So I just got up because I need to stand a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this one. That was not long work there. For the set. Gå og læg dig. Gå og læg dig. Så. Arthur, gå og læg dig. Jo, det kan du godt. Okay? Gå og læg dig. Læg dig ned. I just got side-eyed by a dog. You want me to lie all by myself? Little poor little me. How can you do this to me? So I think I'm going for an hour now, and then I'm gonna end the stream. So I'm probably, I don't know if I get to reach to finish here, but we will see. I'm gonna do my very best. My very best. Again, I'm gonna section off a bit because I do get sidetracked and distracted by all of this out here, and it's not like it's not a lot of color or anything, but I still, it calms my eyes down and my concentration a bit more. I'm a bit more focused on what I do. I discovered I tend to see or think in patterns, so also when I fill out the blanks here, it's more like, okay, I will fill out the ones with the 2 first, and then, you know, it's not always like that, but it is something I tend to do, I discovered. Hello, Benj. How are you today? Thanks for stopping by. Did you have a good weekend? I am not as far with the picture as I have hoped for. I actually thought I would have finished it last week, but yeah, life. It was pretty slow but chill. Well, sometimes that is what you need. That is what you need. So my playlist, I'm gonna finish this week for sure. So when I start streaming on Sunday, it's gonna be with the finish of this one. And I'm probably gonna work on the cross-stitch conversion for the from after the Danish part, I think. It is, I want to work with the cross-stitch conversion picture I bought from Jaded Gem Shop, just to give it a fair go, and then I'm not gonna finish it, but it's a good picture to work on in between, and I really don't want to start a complete new one now, because I want to start it when I reach August. Dress and Chill starts September 1st, so, and I think the picture I have chosen as my August picture I will be able to finish it or make it a close one. So it might be something that I did last year, where I started a picture in August, I didn't quite finish it, put it away and start up the Dress and Chills picture, and then finished the other one whenever I was done with Dress and Chills, because then it's like a month, I think it is, and then the Jingle Drawers will start. So yeah. I already has picked 2 pictures I want to do for sure, and then I have a couple of maybes. So we will see what it ends up with. I am so indecisive sometimes. I know for sure, and the picture I'm gonna enter for the prize and the grand prize is gonna be Color of Life by Chuck Pinson, because it is the one that I started as a Dreamer Design picture, and I gave up on it because it gave me a headache. But then DAC Diamond Art Club released the same picture for Chuck Pinson, and I decided to buy that one from Diamond Art Club, and then I'm gonna discard the one from Dreamer Design, because I'm never gonna finish it anyway. So I'm not gonna throw away the drills, but I am going to throw away the canvas, because that is not worth anything. But I'm saving it, so I'm gonna do a row similar, so I can do like a neck to neck comparison on the 2 canvases, just for for content, and I do think it's good to see, because it's like, it's the same artist, it's the same picture, it's just 2 different ways to make a diamond painting out of it. And then I have a couple of different choices I can do as a second one. I do have a small one I kind of think I want to do in between, so to speak. So I want to do the Color of Life, and then maybe do a smaller one, and then a bigger one. So we will see. I'm trying to not do what I usually am doing, is to get a bit stressed out of all the picture I'm suddenly in the work of. But yeah, maybe I will learn someday. Maybe I will learn. So it doesn't seem so much when I just section off like this. It really seems more like doable to me and my brain, because confetti almost, no matter how much or how small the amount is, it can I think always, to me, it can be a bit overwhelming. So when I do this, it's much more like doable, and I could do this and be like, okay, it's just a small piece, and because I finish it so fast, I don't really notice, how much I am actually, how big the whole section is. I almost say the more confetti there is, the more different colors there are in the piece or the section, the more you will need to do the whole section off, because you will get overwhelmed at one point. And if you're not like working in smaller section with your picture, you will kind of get it's gonna be something that will be put aside and be like, okay, I can't do it now, I will do it later, and later might never come. So yeah, just to say that this can be a better way to do it and still keeping you sane in your head. Oops. But as I talked about before, was that I won't say I'm burnt out on my diamond painting, but I am kind of a bit more working a bit more with the cross stitch, just because I have been battling a lot with my body, and I haven't been able to sit at the table as much as I wanted to. So the whole cross stitch has been like more appealing to me. So I would say that's partly why I'm not quite finished yet. Let's see. Okay. Okie dokie. Let's see. I'm gonna cut it off here. Gonna cut it off here. let me close the door. I think I need a piece of bread. I think I'm getting a bit hungry. I always get hungry when I stream. It's so strange. Apparently my body's using a lot of energy when I stream. So, but I think I'm gonna try to see if I can't finish this. What am I? Oh, I have 45 minutes left, and then I'm gonna, at least that's my max. So we're gonna try and see if we can do that within the time limit. I had to turn on the heat again. We did turn it off at one point because we were having really hot weather. But now they promised rain all week, and I was freezing this morning. I'm like, okay, I need to turn on the heat again. So the thing is, we have like heated floors, and it does take at least a day and a half, I think, actually, before they are kind of up to speed. So it's not something I'm gonna get anything out of today, but tomorrow. And it was because usually for some reason I do tend to freeze a lot when I'll get cold when I'm working. I think it's partly because where I'm standing with my or sitting with my table office, that window is always a bit open because due to the climate inside, otherwise it's gonna be like a plastic bag in here. So I needed to get a bit of wind in and out of the house, and then I not always remember to close it when I'm there, so I think that's partly of it. And then I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna do this down here. we had a very tragic thing happen this weekend in Denmark. A young man was involved in a car accident where he lost his life, I think, and the other passengers, in the other car there was a family with two adults, parents, and two kids. I think they're 11 and 14, and the kids are now orphaned. Their parents didn't survive it. They died in the ambulance on the way to the hospital. One of this young man has been charged for negligence and homicide, because they were in a car race, and he lost. He couldn't manage the car. They were driving very, very fast, and there was a road. They were fixing the road or something. So the good thing is a camera at that site, so they could see what happened. The thing is, he didn't stop to help them. He just drove on and drove home. So the police later found him there at his mom's home. And he said his explanation to it is that he panicked. And I think that's quite true. That he might be panicking. But his explanation is also that they didn't race. They were just driving along, and then the other guy kind of just lost it. So that is not so true when they see the photos from the camera. So, but I as we were talking about, I think it's a huge tragedy for the kids that lost their parents. They are not awake. They are kept in a coma to protect their mind, because they have broken both their hips and their legs, so they would be in a lot of pain. But also to the young man who drove away, because I don't think he's a bad dude. I just think he panicked. It's just the worst situation to panic in. He was like, I didn't know what to do. And this is the reason why all people that are taking a driver's license since, I can't remember the exact dates, but it wasn't when I was taking a driver's license, but it is today that all people need to take part of a first aid class, just so you know what to do, how to help, and that it's better to do something, and it will always be life before limbs, you could say. So he's actually being charged because he drove away. That was more severe than the whole accident itself, if he just had stayed around, because the parents died in the ambulance. So in theory they might have lived today if he had helped them with whatever they had of injuries, So, but it's still, he's ruined his own life, and he's ruined other people's life just so they could drive stupidly on the highway. So I do think that's a big tragedy for all the people involved in that accident. Dripping drills. It is very tragic, Heroes and Diamonds. It's very tragic. It's so sad. I mean, not just for the kids, and not just for, you know, it's for everyone. There was no winners in that one. And he's marked for life too. I just hope there are some of the young ones that are reading the news and all that that will, you know, learn from it. My dog is very, very unhappy with me doing this today. He would much more prefer me to be at the couch playing PlayStation and scratching him behind the ears. I can tell you that. Because that was what we did this morning, and he loved every second. On his old days, he's actually getting very, very a very cuddly thing. He wants to just hang around and not do too much all day. We have a vet appointment coming up in the end of July, and I'm a bit curious to see what the vet says about his weight. I think it's a bit, I can't really say if it's on spot or, you know, too thin. I want to know the vet what they're saying. And whenever I should put him on senior food. There you go. Oh, some last ones here, and then there's one color left. I might get to do it anyway. So this is a picture I'm gonna buy a frame for too. I think I'm going to buy. I think I'm gonna write down how many frames I need of 70 by 90, and different sizes and all that, and then buy a couple of frames every month until I have for everyone all the pictures I want to have framed for. I was around the office. I did donate a picture, the steampunk Paris, to my workplace, and unfortunately it couldn't hang where I put it up. So they had taken it down, and I think they just did how they thought was best they could do. I was just happy I actually for once did to give it something, just a layer to keep the drills, because they had, just they hadn't folded it because then they would have to use force, but they have flipped the sides, each side in with the stones inside. So yeah, in a couple of times. So I was like, okay. It couldn't wait until I get to work and could take it down with me. But what I did was I wrote to some of the managers from the other locations and said that we have this picture. It is it can't hang here. I'm not as it is a kind of gift or donation to the company. Are there anyone else who would be interested in having it put on the wall? So yeah, we will see where it's gonna land. I haven't taken it home. I've just left it in there. I had like a foam noodle poodle, just a different kind of foam. So I put that on, and I put it on that, and roll it up, and then I could place it in there. Hope no one's gonna use that for anything else, So yeah, I've only half this small left, so I am gonna stay online until I have finished that. I'm gonna work hard on it. So, and if I do get quiet, it's probably not because the mic or the headset is running out or anything. It's just because I try to focus try to focus so I don't get sidetracked by anything, because I really want to get this done. So to be honest, I think I'm just gonna, no, it's actually the other colors. Okay, goody. Not much left of this color anyway, so I need to get a haircut really soon too. My hair is just, it looks so dry and frizzy. It's really annoying me, and I'm trying to give it oil and everything and all the good things, but it's not really good. It's just because it needs to get cut. And now I'm not, I was a bit nervous about the whole summer graduation party thing there. So, but it went okay, and I could manage without being newly cut and new nails, and you know what I would have done probably if I had had the money for it. I would probably have got new nails, got a new haircut, and maybe also got my lashes done. But now that was not what was on the list for buying. So it's a good thing I've practiced so much with my makeup, so that's a really quite a steady hand I'm doing there. At one point before I start streaming, I did actually occasionally did train different kinds of way to do makeup on myself, and I think that's kind of benefiting myself now, where when I do have to do makeup in a bit of a stressful situation where I'm, a bit not myself, balance me. So I have kind of like læg dig ned. Læg dig. Arthur, gå og læg dig. Det der gider jeg altså ikke diskutere. Ja, good boy. Why is it my dog, when I tell him to go and lie down, he always looks like he's tormented, and it's some of the worst thing I can ask him, like. Yeah. They're getting there, getting there. In these situations, I really love my 12th placer, I will say. With this one, it's really... In the beginning, it was, I'm not gonna lie, it was a bit hard, I think, to, get a straight line or control it, but you get used to it. And then after a while, you can't live without it. Almost like a cell phone. for the generation that was not born with one when we came out of our mom. Scratch. I'm gonna do something. So oops, that was a bit too much. There you go. So, I only have this small square left. For those of you that are just listening to me, even though I'm not saying much right now, I just wanted to finish this. Like this. There you go. And I have 15 minutes left. Amazing, right on the spot. So that means that I'm gonna remove this and all my tools and all that, and I'm gonna move the camera a little bit so that it's not, I'm not trying not to hit it, the camera. And then I'm going to move the canvas. And because it is the last part of the picture, I'm not going to put another row down. Usually I would move the canvas and then I will, like, you know, move the different cover papers for the next row, but I'm not going to because this is the last row. So I'm just gonna move and just gonna push this a little bit. And let's take this one because this is right on the floor. So did I say I have one? I have actually two. Why did I say one? So I have 2.5. Okay, that was wishful thinking. Oh, okay. I'm not having my head on the right spot. Anyway, either way, I'm not gonna move because I've already put cover paper and everything, so I'm not gonna move it anywhere. But what I am gonna do, I'm gonna put some of this masking tape on. Binge, are you there? Are you there? Are you here with me? Are you doing something? He's probably not here. That was annoying. I got so many of these at the moment. I think I'm going to put this down here now. No. I'm just being a little bit indecisive as usual. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. This and I'm putting this on here. So what I do is whenever I work on the picture, I'm gonna lift this corner up here, down here, because it is like, because there's a little bit more weight that way than here, so it tends to loosen a little bit in the masking tape. So I'm gonna just stretch it so I'm sure that it's nice and flat up where I'm working on it. So I'm putting this on the edge so it doesn't get too harsh on that one. and it actually on this picture prevents from touching the table on the other side. So I did say at one point I had 1.5, but I don't. I have 2.5, so I actually need to get this done. It should be doable. There's a lot of confetti on the wing, as you can see. So that is going to take a while. But the good thing is that this is the next thing coming up. So I might, just because this is the last part of it, so I might do like the whole wing thing, and then move on to all the trees, because when I'm done with the wing, there will only be like the background left on the last part. So I might do that just to, you know, make it a bit easier for me in my head. For me, it's all about the head. It's all about how my head is dealing with the challenges when it comes to the diamond painting. And this masking tape can't sit on the cover paper, I can see, so I'm just gonna stick it on here. Like that. Yeah, that's much better. So I think that I'm going to do a bit of recap and then we're going to call it a day. But I have been working on this picture. It's called American Anthem, and there's an eagle on, and it is one I bought from my husband because he really loves the big birds. I have already made one with an hawk on, and when this is from Diamond Art Club, so when this came around, I decided to do this. I buy it and I wanted to do it. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make this background up here, but when I reach the wing that is like here, this wing here, I'm gonna work with that one just for once. I'm not gonna work in section. I really want to finish because there is a lot of confetti here, so it's gonna take a couple of days for me just to do the rest of the wing. But when that's done, the rest of it's gonna be a breeze because it's gonna be more or less color blocking. There's a bit of confetti in the bottom, but it's nothing like this one. So this one is a bit like, it's just something I need to get on with, to be honest. Not now, but maybe tonight. I probably am gonna work a bit on it this evening. My hope is that I can show a finish on Sunday, but I'm not gonna promise anything because my body has been really uphill, so it hasn't been very cooperating, to be honest. So we'll have to see how the week is going. I'm still very busy at work. We'll have a lot of things that are on my desk for tomorrow, so yeah, it is what it is. When I'm done with this picture, I am going to work on a picture that is a crossing conversion picture, and it is one of the princess panels. It is Mulan, and it's very pretty. Even though I haven't done that much on it, I really feel like it's a pretty one. I can see already how it's gonna be ish when I'm done with it. Oh, it's okay, Benj. I took care of it. No worries. So So I'm gonna work on that one. When I'm done with this one, I want to work on my CrossFit conversion. Just because I haven't been working that much on it. It's been like a thing I've been pushing aside every time because the whole time came something new and more exciting. So yeah. Diamond Wash came out with a video yesterday about Drills and Chills 2024. It starts September 1st, it ends October 31st, as usual, I would almost say. This year was a bit different from the other years because it was enough just to take a picture of your start where you could show like if you haven't put any drills down, and then it posted on a Facebook group. This year it's all with the entry forms. So I think it's to make it a bit easier because last year was really a lot of entries. Just to participate in the weeklies, it doesn't have to be a license kit. It can be whatever. It does need to be a fall/autumn/Halloween theme. But if you want to participate in the run for the big prizes, grand prizes, the end prizes, it needs to be a licensed one, and it needs to be a new start. So you need to finish it by latest of 31st of October. But other than that, it should be quite easy. They usually will make weeklies videos where you can be a part of the giveaways, where you have to watch the video to get either a word or something. You need to either put a comment on or something. It's a little bit different from time to time. Katie from Diamonds and Washi are hosting it with Lindsay from Emeralds and Ferrolites, and and I am going to be a part of it. I am gonna do Color of Life with Chuck Pinson, the one from DAC. Is the one I'm gonna go with for the grand prize, and when that is done, I will see where I am, how far I am, how much time I have left. Whether I'm gonna do like one of the big ones or I'm just gonna do a small one. So I'm gonna end the stream for now. I don't think I am going to stream more before Sunday, unfortunately, but we will be seeing each other Sunday at 3 p.m. for the Danish peeps and 4 p.m. for the English peeps. I am going to work on my scratch board from the beginning for the first hour, and then I will see, depending on where I am with this, I might be working with this one or I might be working with something else. Until we see each other again, thank you for the support and for stopping by. And if you're watching this on board, thank you for stopping by and watching my small entry to the Twitch world. Take care of that and stay safe and have fun. Bye.